192 RBS Freedom Express by Coachmen here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Kind of getting beat up by the sun here a little bit this beautiful summer morning, but you know, don't let that stop me. I can't always wait for the light to line up. So why would you buy a Freedom Express from Coachmen? Why would you buy a 192 RBS? Why would you buy it from Haylett RV? Those are the questions you're probably looking to have answered. Otherwise, why would you be watching this video? You know, those are the things I want to tip on. I'm not going to tell you how it has a toilet and microwave. Every camper has that stuff. I'm going to tell you the things that are below the skin or maybe you weren't aware of. In this class, this little class, getting nicer, good quality, power awnings, full LED light strips at the base of the awning here, you know, a good quality power tongue jack. Those are hard to find. There's a lot of lightweights out there, and a lot of them have power tongue jack, power awning, but you need to go hook up power to the unit and actually run the awning in and out and watch how it moves. And you're going to see that a lot of them really struggle to move at all. Some manufacturers will put the cheapest grade they can on just to say, yep, it's got a power awning, come buy ours because it's cheaper. You know, you do get what you pay for, guys. You know, there are cheaper lightweights out there. I carry some. You know, if you're on a working man's budget, you work 95, you're going to use it a couple times a year, maybe we should look at one of those. But if you want something that's designed to last you a long time, this might be one you want to consider. This has a little outdoor grilling station. This is an option we've added on here. It's not going to be present on every single 192. This video is not every 192 we have, it just happens to be this one. It's kind of here for stock footage. What's nice is after you're done grilling, it just recesses out of the way. You don't have to give up storage space for this thing. It's also a high output grill. A common outdoor grill can be blown up by a 5-mile-an-hour wind. To give you an idea, that's all it takes to blow up birthday candles. It's that easy. This is a high output grill. It takes a 25-mile-an-hour wind. It's pretty gusty, you know. We're also looking at aluminum wheels here. In this class, you're going to find a lot of steel or alloy wheels, not true aluminum. Every window you see here, with the exception of the one in the door, is going to open for ventilation. In a lightweight class, you don't tend to see as much of that. We have a very large pass-through storage up front here, and in a smaller lightweight, they have the largest in class. Now, a couple other manufacturers have caught on to why this is so important to folks, and a couple other manufacturers are starting to match this. But Coachman's been doing it a long time in the Freedom Express series. We're getting a 2-foot by 4-foot outdoor picnic table included right in here, right from the factory. You don't have to lug along extra stuff. Again, this is designed for an end user. You're going to use a picnic table every single day, and it's resin. It's not wood. It's not, if you leave it outside and it rains, who cares? It's not going to get messed up. There's nothing wrong with it. Plus, nicer stuff like here in the basement, we have full LED lighting, so you can actually see your cargo if you're pulling in. Say, if you're leaving in the morning or if you're pulling in at night and you need to dig in here to get your leveling blocks or something, you can do that. And at the time of this filming, this is it's a mid-series 16 update, and we're seeing some some cosmetic updates here because the shell and stuff hasn't changed, but like this new flooring, the white nose front here, man, it's looking sharp. They are just really dialing this product in. So Freedom Express likes to use 20-pound tanks instead of 30s. A lot of people like to tout 30s because you can get more reserve out of them, and that's true. There's nothing wrong with that. However, if you run out of gas on a Sunday and you got to switch out a 30-pound tank, good luck. Unless the campground happens to offer that, which most do not, you're going to have a hard time. 20-pound tanks, take to like any gas station, swap them out. Even up front here, pardon my battery box, but this has room for 2 batteries, so it's easier to get up here. Now, they put the spare tire up front instead of on the rear bumper. That leaves the bumper open for things like bike racks. That also helps normalize and equalize your load so that you don't have heavy torque bouncing behind the camper. Man, I do like that, the change here in the sticker package. That is good looking. Detail stuff, little detail stuff. Like the fact that you see how this is kind of bumpy skin right here on the side of the slide wall. Well, that is what's guaranteeing the slide gets pulled really taut. It really grabs and pulls that slide seal. Because if it doesn't, if this, you know, if it crimps, if it doesn't get all the way open and it crimps like that and you got a gap, you got a leak. If you got a leak, you got a problem. If you got a problem, you're going to be upset. Get upset, you're not going to have a good time. Let's see. Let's talk lamination. A lot of lightweight trailers are pinch rolled, and there's nothing wrong with pinch rolling, but this is vacuum laminated, which is better. Why is it better is the question. Long story short, it's a little more expensive process, but the end result is a product that is now water repellent instead of water absorbent. God forbid you do have a problem, a leak of any kind, this wall here is going to be designed to help eliminate and repel water instead of absorb. Talked about the big power awning. What I didn't talk about is how it's basically the largest power awning you can possibly put on this floor plan. You have about 19 feet of walkable space plus a little slide to give you some room, and you just can't put a bigger awning on here. And that's what I like. I've seen you know, budget friendly lightweight trailers maybe give you a 14-foot awning, not a bigger one like this. And it's little detail stuff too, like your stovetop hood. It does exhaust heat outside. Not all of them do that, and actually you'd be really surprised how many very expensive brands don't. I've seen cheaper brands eliminating a window in the door. I like that extra light. I think that's a big deal. You know, but you can save $1 by not putting it there, but I think you suffer for it as a result. So right when you walk in, I like to point out all of your lights are just on one switch. So it's just like at home. And in lightweight campers, this is not normal. In lightweight campers, first of all, normally you don't get LED lights. Normally you have normal incandescent bulb lights, or as we call them in this industry, pancake lights. I don't know why we call them that, but we do. Makes me hungry. Anyway, you have to go through and switch them all on one at a time. And it's not like that's a big deal, but when you walk in your house, camera will refocus, there we go. When you walk in your house, don't you expect to go and just have your lights? You just, that's what you're expecting, is one switch and get all your lights. You have a little freestanding table here that can fold up and move out of the way. And again, at the time of this filming, they just changed over to a different cosmetic package. Previous generation had a lighter tabletop. This is really sharp. Very modern, very high contrast, and I tell you, their interior designers are doing a knockout job here. They just did a couple little tweaks to tune this thing in. So I've seen other floor plans like this. I carry other floor plans like this in different manufacturers. There's always something about the 192 RBS though that outperforms those. More people buy this one than the similar floor plans from other manufacturers, and I think it starts with the fact that this is taller. This is an 81-inch tall interior, not a 78-inch tall. That means we're getting a taller ceiling, we're getting a taller slide out, we're getting a taller shower in the bathroom. We're also getting bigger cabinets. And it's that 3 inches doesn't sound like much, but when you see the cascade and domino effect that it has, it really makes a big deal. So this can fold down into a little sleeper if need be. Again, all windows open for ventilation. This is a true 80-inch bed, which is another area that your Freedom Express is pretty awesome. A lot of lightweight RVs still have, a lot of travel trailers period, still have that 74-inch camper queen. This is a true 60 by 80-inch queen, an actual queen bed. Makes a difference, you know. Both sides of the bed have power outlets and stands to run your alarm clocks and charge your phones and CPAP machines and all that. And you're getting exceptionally large, I mean, let me give you a side shot, exceptionally large wardrobe closets in here. You can actually put big stuff in them. You're also still getting cabinets above the bed, where most manufacturers in a lightweight class, to save you money, might just give you a shelf, if anything. Above the bed, we do have an extra vent for cross breeze and ventilation. Both windows on each side of the bed do still open for ventilation. And maybe additional, it's the detail stuff again that separates this from the other brands I've seen. The fact that we don't just have a nice flat screen TV, but it's swing arm mounted. It can face the bed, the sofa, the kitchen. One TV does service this whole coach. Because they spent a couple extra bucks on a silly swing arm, you get full service from one TV in the entire coach. That stuff is cool to me. That, again, this is designed with the end user in mind, not just the dealer. You also don't have to lug along extra electronics. This does everything. AM, FM, CD, DVD, Bluetooth enabled. So if you're a nerd like me, I can admit it. If you got a phone that you like to Bluetooth music off of all the time, say Pandora, or just music on the phone directly, you can just wirelessly play through your phone. So in a sense, you sort of have a remote control for your stereo built right in your pocket once you're doing that. It's very cool in that regard. Furion electronics here, like your microwave. Furion's good stuff. Long story short, it's made to be bounced down the road. It's made to get really hot and really cold without failing. A lot of good stuff going on with Furion. You're seeing Furion make a huge presence in the RV industry now. Bigger cabinets, more storage, those are common things to talk about in a Freedom Express. And again, I think it's just those little details, the fact that you can really actually get this one packed up for your trip, that makes a difference. We also have sealed edge countertops everywhere. This is not an upgraded counter. This is the standard counter in a Freedom Express. It does not have a seam where water can sneak in. It costs a little more to have one custom built this way, but it's also a better product that is as close to failure proof as something like this can get. We're also getting a nicer sink, not a cheap plastic sink, an American stone cast sink. It's very strong. It's also not plastic. So if you're boiling water on the stovetop over here, and you just like, let's say you're making mac and cheese and you go to pour the hot water out, it's not going to melt your sink or discolor it. It's just going to run down the drain like it's supposed to, you know. Better, smarter storage is a common everyday thing in a Freedom Express, like your sectionalized drawer center here. It actually gives you a place to keep all, say, like your knives and spoons and forks and all that separated. If it gets dirty or you want to take it outside because we're doing picnic time, take it outside. Not a big deal. There's even room down here for a deck of cards and whatnot. You know, a couple matches for the fire if you need it. Big storage down here as well. Every ounce of storage they possibly can, they have in this model. Now, for additional drawer space, I do want to take a moment to pop over here and show you, you do still get good drawer space going on. I do also like to point out the handy little hideaway DVD shelf back here, or just whatever utility shelf you need it for, essentially. The giant window right here is something that most lightweights don't have. Most lightweights don't have this big window right there. And that's, again, another thing with the Freedom Express. The windows are very expensive. And notice that it's a jalousie style window, meaning it opens outward, so you can use it even in the rain, which is kind of funny because this is under your awning. I also like to stand at this angle to show you. You do have an extra power outlet back here, and they specifically build this countertop a little bit deeper to leave your room for a toaster or coffee maker and stuff back there. It's almost scary how premeditated this RV is. They are very detailed in how they organize this and put it together. Right next to the door, we do have an extra, either you could use this like a closet space, like a pantry space, like anything you want. And that's what I like about this. Again, they give you the storage other brands just won't. And this is so cute. I love this. This whole camper is cute as a prom date, man. But just an extra little trash can, a spot to actually put a trash can. Not only a spot for one, but the can itself, you know. It's the perfect size for a little camper like this. And it's easy come, easy go. You can drop stuff while you're coming in or out of the camper, no problems. This does, by the way, while I'm thinking about it, looking over here, have a gas and electric water heater you can run simultaneously for up to 18 gallons of hot water per hour. Again, not common in lightweight trailers. Because this RV is taller, you can actually stand in the shower, even if you're a tall goofball like me, with a receding hairline as you're now seeing. I was not going to be one of those comb over guys. About the time that it started getting pretty bad on the receding hairline, I said, Mother Nature, you can't fire me, because I quit, and I just buzzed it all off, and world kept on turning. Other differences between this and a cheaper lightweight. Instead of having the power vent fan just above the shower, we actually get a dedicated skylight and a vent fan. You see how much light that gives off versus that? It's not that this doesn't do any good, it's just that it's not made for what that does. Now, they're also giving you shower wall paneling in here. Cheaper lightweights aren't going to have that. If you don't have this and you only have that, then the water that sprays off your body when you're bathing could potentially water damage your walls. If you are hyper vigilant on always wiping down that wall with a dry towel when you're done, you're fine. Most people are not, in my experience, so I still like to point that out. Give us a call. There's a lot more to learn about this. Like, I haven't even talked about the Asdel on the walls. I want to do that because I forget about that. You see this white line in here? That's a material called Asdel. Asdel is a resin. It's not a wood directly under the wall. What Asdel does for us is it's 50% lighter than wood. That means that this extra 3 inches you're looking at here, it's not heavier. The coach is not heavier because it's taller. They compensated that with a better material in the walls. Asdel is waterproof, mold-proof, mildew-proof. It has a better R factor, so you actually are regaining lost R factor in this when they go down to an 1.5 inch wall from a 2-inch wall. And again, it's all that little stuff that adds up on a Freedom Express. No one thing I've talked about in a Freedom Express is the reason to purchase a Freedom Express. It's the combination of all these. And it's all of that experience from Coachmen coming together after all their years in the RV business that helps make this coach just really functional on the end user's campsite. And that's what I like about it, because I can actually see myself camping in this and having a really good time. And there's a lot of them that I go, why did they do that? And I just never run into that in these Coachmens. It gets the job done every time. So give us a call, 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Stay safe. Happy camping. Go have fun.